some predictions for the Samurai Champloo, the movie, based on what is so far known, what the show and books have been hinting at. They are just guesses, and happy to just if you tell me. Just guesses, okay. What we know, the movie's been officially confirmed by Amazon Prime Video to be written and directed by Jenny Han. It is meant to be the final chapter to a true ending to Belly's journey. The series finale, season 3, already derived from the books. Summaries. For example, Belly was in Paris instead of Spain. She chose to stay longer, and they are expansions of emotional arcs. Fans expected the cast to remain, including Belly and Conrad. I think might happen. Belly and Conrad officially reunite. Wait, yeah. Which were they already united? We officially unite and started building charges of giving fans a more fleshed out ending than just hinting. The series sees the season connects between Paris. I predict the movie will show Belly and Conrad talking through unresolved issues between them, setting up a more stable relationship possibly. They end up together in a way that was more substantial than the book's brief epilogue, which they've already fixed the issues because of their talk. There's been a wedding type scene. Given the epilogue in the books concluded with a graduation and reunion, then set up to their married life, public commentary hints another milestone to that only a film could just do justice to. A wedding seems like that kind of milestone. Justice of Belly's growth and independence will feature heavily. The show diverged to emphasize Belly's living abroad, time away, and making her own choices. I suspect the movie will lean into her own maturity, and not just which boy she ends up with, but what she wants from her life, maybe clear identity beyond the romance. Other relationship side characters get resolutions. Jeremiah and Denise will likely wrap up their arc in a satisfying way. Taylor and Steven potentially having the same closure about their future. Family issues might come full circle. Belly's relationship with her parents, naming Cousins Beach House, and the house being symbolic. Perhaps another time jump to show how things settled down after the big moments. Could be showing Belly after some time with Conrad if they do get back together, which they already did. Maybe a glimpse into her early adulthood. Some surprises that changes to the book. Since Jenny Han had already inducted that there are changes, the movie might introduce new conflicts, adjusting pacing, and reorder events. Maybe even a different setting for the events. Additional scenes that weren't in the books. Perhaps a deeper development of friendships and internal struggles. Here's the predictions for the Samurai Champloo movie, but fully grounded in the series ending. Belly already returned from Paris. She's already chosen Conrad, and the last scene showed the two of them arriving at Cousin's house together and alone. This changes the setup quite a bit because the movie don't need to retell the choice. It is about what comes after. Deepening Conrad and Belly's relationship. Since Belly already chose Conrad, the movie will likely explore what the relationship looks like now. That it's real and not just a dream or maybe. Expect to see them working through the little things that come with young adult love and long distance, college versus cousins, communication struggles, balancing independence with commitment. This could be where Conrad proves openly that he's a partner that Belly deserves. Emotionally available, honest, and steady. The Cousins Beach House as the heart. The version that Cousins alone set up the house as a more than just a backdrop. It is more now a symbolic of a fresh start. I predict the movie might open with them spending time there together, echoing Summer's past such as equals, but equals now. It could also deal with the future of the house, whether it stays in the family or whether Conrad and Belly and Conrad will merit their place. A wedding or a proposal arc. Since the book epilogue hints at the wedding, the movie may give us that moment in full. Infinity imagery. Belly's necklace, Conrad's junior mint gesture could tie into the proposal. Whether the wedding happens on screen or just as a lead up, I expect the movie to give fans more than just hints, an actual celebration that mirrors Susanna's love of cousins. Jeremiah enclosure. Jeremiah arc needs a clean close. He will not likely be Billy's what if anymore, but get his own growth and maybe a new love interest, possibly Denise, if that sticks. On him finally stepping out of Belly and Conrad's shadow. His relationship with Conrad may also need healing, even if not perfect. The movie could show them making peace as brothers. They kinda did that already too, so yeah, they already did that. So 5. Family and friends. Laura and Stephen probably got more screen time, showing how Belly's choice affects the larger family dynamic. Taylor and Stephen's future would be lighter. Subplot college careers, maybe their own engagement. Laura may reflect on Susanna's legacy and her pride in Belly's growth. Belly's growth beyond romance. The show already emphasizes Belly becoming more independent, pairs, school jobs. The movie may continue that, showing her making choices about her studies, her career, who she wants to be with. The movie would probably position her love for Conrad as a part of her identity and not her whole story, a satisfying balance. Tone and ending. The tone will likely be narcissistic, reflective, and helpful, like a farewell to cousins. The final scene might echo the first season, Ben and Conrad together at the beach, watching the waves, this time as partners in life. If there's a wedding, the last image would be them leaving cousins' beach as newlyweds or returning, promising summers will always bring them back. In short, the movie seems to set up to be a love letter to both Belly and Conrad's future, cousins' speech, and Susanna's memory, with romance, closure, and innocence forever. Summer. Here, not clearly, since Belly and Conrad and the two ended the series arriving at cousins who sound alone. Each movie structure builds from the foundation that gives a different kind of funeral. Option 1, proposal and wedding as a centerpiece. Act 1, return to cousins. Belly and Conrad arrives at cousins' house, reconnecting with the place that defined their childhood. Quite intimate scenes, swimming, cooking, lying on the beach, showing how different it feels now that they're together. Subplots. Jeremiah visits briefly. Closure with him, and Stephen and Taylor stop by, teasing Billy and Conrad about the domestic vibe. Act 2, the proposal. Conrad plans a heartfelt but simple proposal, something tied to Susanna's memory, her garden, a note, or a place she loved. The infinity necklace could play a key symbolic role. Maybe Conrad gives her his mother's ring and tells her that just like the necklace, his love has no end. Belly says yes, and the family rallies around them, planning a beach wedding. Act 3, the wedding. The wedding at cousin's speech and at the beach becomes a celebration, not just of their love, but of her family healing. Laura gives a moving speech about Susanna linking the past to the future. Jeremiah finds some peace, possibly with Denise, or simply realizing he's not in the competition anymore. Closing scene. Belly and Conrad drive away as newlyweds. Conrad gasses a Belly wearing both the ring and the infinity necklace. Ending tone. Joyful, celebratory, prophetic, a whole circle moment, honoring the books while expanding on it. Option 2, life after cousins. Quiet or effective, moving a summer alone. Belly and Conrad spent time alone at the cousins, away from family drama. Scenes focus on the small things, making breakfast together, reading late night, beach rocks. Through conversations, they are just lingering wounds. Conrad's guilt and Belly's doubts. Jeremiah's betrayal. Act 2. Building their futures. Belly talks about her career studies. Maybe literature, teaching or writing, echoing Jenny Han herself. Conrad shares dreams beyond just medical school, something meaningful, not just following Adam's expectations. They promise to support each other, independence, while still choosing to be together. A promise, not a wedding. Instead of a proposal, Conrad gives Belly a gesture of cousins that symbolizes forever. She'll be giving her Susanna's ring without wedding yet, or repairing the infinity necklace if it ever broke. The final morgue. Jeremiah moving forward with his life. Stephen and Taylor heading off to the next chapter. While watching Belly with pride. Closing scene. Belly and Conrad sitting on the beach on the beach in sunset, holding hands and talking about how this was just the beginning. Bittersweet, nostalgic, but hopeful. It leaves the door open, focusing on more life's ongoing journey than a tie-up bow. Okay. Option 1 gives the audience a definite band ending for whoever paid off the wedding. Option 2 keeps it quiet and emphasizing their growth, healing, and the promise of forever without rushing to marriage.